They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
She's a witch.
We've got a witch! They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Cause she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
Yes, indeed, the witch is back, and there is hell to pay. I don't know why the toupee was hell. I mean, to be fair, when you do actually look at Bette Midler in that film, that wig does look like it is a pretty hellish toupee, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, good evening, everybody. First things first, my hair is up. I don't care if I look like a middle-aged man. I really don't give a toss. I am sweating. It is very hot. I also have just one candle lit now. The other one's just gone out. Oh, that candle wax is still hot. Don't do that, Lisa. Well done. But yes, it is very, very warm and sticky here in the UK. If you are here in the UK, you'll know that already. If you are not here in the UK, then just know that we are all not used to the warm weather. So when we say to people, oh my God, it's so hot. And they say, how hot is it? And we say, oh, it's like 32 degrees centigrade. Everybody always then says, oh, well, it's like 48 where we are. It's 53 where I am. It's 129. Like, it's hotter than the surface of Mars. It's like, we know. It's just we aren't used to it. We're used to rain and grey skies and a little hint of a clear sky through the clouds on a summer's afternoon where you just go, oh look, it stopped raining for 2 minutes. There's a bit of sunshine. Oh no, it's gone. That's what we're used to. Umbrellas, welly boots. That's British weather. Going out, oh, we're going to go out on a bank holiday weekend, have a lovely weekend out in the pouring rain. That's what we're used to. We're not used to having weather where you actually need shorts. I mean, that's debatable because my other half wears shorts year round. It's like, you know, minus 20 degrees outside. The snow is sort of 3 foot up in the air and my other half would still be out and about in shorts. Do you know what I mean? But that's just the way things are. Anyway, good evening to everybody. Welcome. Thank you to the members. Sorry we're a couple of minutes late. It's because the members ran over because I was working on doing a working. Yes, a working. I was working on a working for one of our members, or actually for a couple of our members, because that's also something that I don't mind doing under certain conditions for members at if it's something I feel like I may be able to tip the scales in the balance of. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. If you know, you know. When I say working, what do I mean? I mean spellcast because I'm a witch. Anyway, let's do some tarot. So, this is... I don't know what just happened. I will say, in my defence, I was left unsupervised. No, in my defence, my brain is not functioning. Okay, now I know if you've been here before, you are more than likely sat there saying, but Lisa, your brain never functions. This is just a part of your life now. We are very used to this, Lisa. You have said many times how your brain is not functioning, and it's just part of your charm. As if I've got charm. And that is all very true. It is actually something that I regularly struggle with, is with a brain that doesn't quite fire the way it used to. However, when it's hot weather, I do describe myself as a troll, not an internet troll, right? I'm not going on going, yeah, but look what you're wearing. Yeah, mama. I'm not... Oh, God. I don't know why I became a sassy gay all of a sudden.
What's your name, my love?
Oh, no.
Stop. Oh, no, this guy.
Stop. Thank you. That's not what I was wanting to do. But yeah, not that I become like an internet troll. What I mean is, in the Terry Pratchett books, they have a race of trolls and they're from the mountains, right? And how it works is their brains, if they come into the city, right, where it's hot, and they come down out of the mountains, the heat slows their brains down. And so what they've got to do is they've got to have a sort of, how can I say, it's like a fan device, a cooling helmet that they have on, and it's got ice and things, and it helps their brains, and all of a sudden their brains actually function at normal. This is how my brain is currently, right? In the heat, my brain absolutely loses the ability to function, even though it doesn't function that well normally anywho. So yeah, that is all a thing that absolutely happens. I'm just sorting out the live chat. So that's why I say, if you hear me say I'm a Terry Pratchett troll, I don't mean I go on and go, oh, Terry couldn't write. Why would you wear a wizard's hat all the time? He thinks he's a wizard. Harry Potter's better. I've never said that in a month of Sundays. You know that. But anyway, let's have a wee look. So, oh my gosh, there's so many comments in. Good evening, Sarah. Good evening, Ed. Yeah, can you do the YouTubey things, everybody? Can you do the like button, the subscribe button, ding your bell? Change your settings to all so that YouTube lets you know on how everybody is. Good evening to Ellis. Hello, my friend. I hope you are well. Right. I need to find a way of... I'm going to have to do this on the live stream. In fact, I'm going to try and do it in a second. Because I keep... Oh, this is not the button. This is not the mouse button that I am trying to use. Oh, flaming Nora. Right. I don't know who Nora is or why she's on fire, but you know. Can I bring that down? Why? Nothing. Just nothing. If I scroll, is that going to do anything? No, it doesn't let me scroll. There we go. Good evening again to Percy. Hi, Holland. The only way guaranteed reading. Yep, thank you very much, Holland. And the mods in the chat are helping massively already. Good evening to everybody. I hope everybody is feeling okay. Good evening to Dormouse. Good evening to Melinda. It's cooling down in your area today. Oh, that's good then. That is really good. That vitality really flew out. That candle's gone completely. It's gone completely. I mean, it was with the... we are all melting. I'm melting. What was it? How could something so pure destroy all my wickedness? I think it's something like that. I can't remember. Yes, thank you. If the stream stops or you get kicked out, then do please... just re-enter and do come back. There is an issue with that. I would love a good thunderstorm right now. I would absolutely love a good thunderstorm right now. I really would. What am I missing? Oh my God, Ellis, that is amazing. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well done. I've been waiting for so many years that they've said now that they're not taking on any more people and we don't know what's going to happen. Marie, hold on for you, my darling. Wait until I open up a round. Right. I'm going to... Look, I tell you what. I'm going to play this, right? I'm going to play... No, I'm not. Not that one. I'm going to play the housekeeping just before I do, I'm going to bring up the settings on here to try and change the mouse. Right, okie dokie. Let's see if I can do this all at the same time.
Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
Yes, indeed. Thank you to all our members. I am still having mouse issues. At some point, a long time ago, I changed the settings, right? And the problem is, when I've changed them, on one of my screens, it now won't change back. So, that's always good. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I will look at that. I will look at that. Thank you. Your favourite book as a child, Secret Garden and The Little Princess. Secret Garden. Was that... That wasn't Enid Blyton, was it? I can't remember. And then Tolkien, Pern and Terry Pratchett. I was not a child when I read the Pern books or Pratchett when I got into those, but yay. So, but yes, that's very good news, Ellis. Right, I will have to look into that because I need the medication is what I need, to be honest. Let's be honest. Right then, so how does it work on this channel? First of all, there's two I am really not functional, am I? There are two ways to get a reading on this channel. The first way is to go ahead and send your request through as a super chat. That automatically gets you the next available position. Okay, so if you want a reading, that is the way to guarantee it. The only other way to get a reading is to wait until I open up a free round and then pop your question in the live chat starting with the word question. One of those then gets selected at random. If you are selected, I read for you. If you are not selected, select and copy and hold on to that question until we open up another round. As I say, the only way to guarantee a reading is to do it via a super chat. If I get more than one super chat in at the same time, then I will read those in the order they come in. Today I am going to be reading with the one that is behind me. The Unfolding Path. So this is by the same people, Hay House, the same people, the same publisher, sorry, as the Fifth Spirit deck. It is a phenomenal deck. It is almost as diverse as Fifth Spirit, but it is a little bit gentler. And I do think at the moment, because the heat is making a lot of people struggle, and in general, we seem to be in a bit of an iffy time worldwide, don't we? There seems to be a bit of a tension. So I think we need that water energy, that lovely sort of a little bit more cooler, a little bit more emotionally, a little less emotionally charged and a little more empathetic, rather than going in with a bit of a hammer like the Fifth Spirit can. This deck also does the truth and also does authenticity, but it does it in a bit softer. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't use a sledgehammer. to get to the point. This is I want to crack a walnut, I'm using a sledgehammer. This is I want to crack a walnut, I'm using a fancy nut cracker that I bought in a very expensive shop on Fifth Avenue that one time I went. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the difference. So then, let's get cracking with the knacking. As I say, it's going to be a bit of a suck it and see today. The candles are burning down very, very rapidly because I've got the fan on, so it is helping them to blow. But we've got mods in the chat. If you don't know who the mods are the people in blue. If you're wondering, the people in green are our lovely members. So we do have memberships on the channel, as the little video did say. The only other thing I have to say is any money that this channel makes from doing the tarot readings, all the memberships, or anything else that we do, including over on eBay, just look for eBay /Beyond Authentic, just like on here. Anything at all. Oh my gosh. Anything at all that we do, 10% goes to the PDSA, which is a charity here in the UK called the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals. They help people that have pets or other animals that need veterinary care. They are wonderful. They help people that might not be able to afford vet care, but they also help, you know, the animals that are found on the side of a road if it's been hit by a car, things like that. It's that sort of charity that help all of the animals that they possibly can. So that's where we send 10%. And for the month of June, we are also sending 10% to a UK-based LGBTQ plus charity. I'm not sure who I'm going to choose for that yet. I will take it under advisement from the mods, because my gut reaction is Stonewall, but Stonewall may or may not be the best charity in terms of where the money could do most good. It's not going to be a lot of money, but because we're not really, you know, hugely monetized on the YouTube platform, but I kind of figure every little helps. So then, let's crack on. So if you want a reading, you have to wait until you hear this noise. That indicates that a round will be open. Okay, so the next time you hear that noise, it means a round is open. So Ed, it's just started raining where you are. Oh God, I hope it starts coming this way. I can sort of smell. I did this yesterday as well, and Rufus said, "Are you bonkers?" I can sort of smell when rain is coming, and there is a slight, I don't know, ozone-y smell in the room, but that could just be, you know, in this room. It might not be anything to do with. I've got all the incense boxes from a few witch casket boxes from the past sat all in here as well, so it could be anything I'm smelling. But anyway, colour me shocked. Oh, I am so shocked. That means the round is open. The first round officially is open. Oh, I am so shocked. I was not waiting to press that button, which means the first round is open. I'm so... Oh, that tickled me. That tickled me so much. Oh my God. That just made me laugh so much. That was so bad. That was so bad. Anyway, round is open. If you would like a reading, please do pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. It's open now. Go ahead and do the doodahs. It's all good. Now is the time. Now is the power. Ours is the victim. Ours is the something. I don't know. Let's go.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Okay, it looks like I've had a super sticker. Is that a super sticker in? From NRA. Thank you very much for that. 10,000 somethings. I don't know what that is. I will certainly do your reading, Nadira. Your reading will be up next, my darling. Yes, absolutely. We'll do your reading right now. Oh, I just got coffee on my chin. Every time I play a video, I take a slurp of coffee so that it's not too annoying for everybody to have me slurping when the doodah happens. But yes, let me have a look. Percy, I've just seen your question. Well, to be honest, I hadn't seen your question. Sarah's. I saw Sarah's comment. Thank you, Holland. I saw Sarah's comment, which then made me go and look at your question. You design your own tarot decks, Percy. Why do I not know this, Percy? Why have you not like given us links so we can go find your tarot decks? Like, you're a member, for God's sake, Percy. You're supposed to like tell us these things, and then we can go and buy your stuff. Let me know. I don't know how you're going to do it in the chat, because you're not allowed to put links in the normal chat. Although you are a member, so maybe you are. Try it. Where can we look at your tarot decks, Percy? Send a link. Right, NRA. I've got your question on screen. There we go. Right then, Percy, send us a link or send us the details, or you can even send it on Instagram. Beyond Authentic Tarot. Hang on. There you go. It should be on the screen in the thing now. Beyond Authentic Tarot. There you go. Look, I know how to use this internet malarkey. Right then, let's go for it, shall we? Let's go for it. I do look. You can tell my brain isn't fully functional today, can't you? So I do apologise, but we're going to do our best. NRA. Your 3-card reading is coming up now, my darling. So we'll look how beautiful this deck is. Isn't it just beautiful? Isn't it just an absolutely stunning deck? It really is. Hang on, I just need to press a button because for some reason the top of your message is getting chopped off. There we go. There we go, Nadira. Right then, but look how stunning. Look how stunning with the flowers. I've actually got, for the next Pride, I don't know when I'm doing the next Pride event, but whenever we go to the next Pride, I'm actually going to have a headdress on, which will be one of my headbands with flowers, not too dissimilar to this, in pink, blue and white in the Trans Pride, in the trans flag colours, and I'm doing it in honour of Marsha P. Johnson, who was one of the trans women at the very first Stonewall riot. She's one of the ones that picked up a brick and, you know, held it towards the coppers and all of that lot, in the first ever sort of LGBT protest, really, against police brutality. And yeah, she was an incredible woman, lived her life on the streets basically, and yeah, was an incredible person, Marsha P. Johnson. The P in her name stood for Pay It No Mind. So she would Wispy, we're bringing you in now. She would have all sorts of horrific things happen to her, and she would respond with pay it no mind. Just move on, pay it no mind. Don't give it the time of day. Don't let it live rent-free in your head, basically. And she was an incredible person, very kind, very generous, and she used to wear massive bright flowers in her hair all the time, and they would be real flowers, and they were just this massive sort of celebration of life and vitality, and yeah, she was absolutely amazing. And so because of that, I normally each year will do some version, and this year I've got some permanent flowers, some silk flowers, and I'm gluing them onto a Pride headband so that I will reflect, and I will bring a little bit of Marsha P. Johnson energy with me. Which Pride are you going to, Ellis? Because we're going to be doing Chesterfield, Leeds, obviously. I'm going to try and do Wakefield. and we're going to try and do ... There's another one coming up. We miss York because it was raining. But anyway, that's what we're going to try and do. So let us know. We should have a little Pride conflab somewhere, and we can all meet up. I'm going to do Doncaster as well, and because I like Doncaster Pride. Don't like the organisers, like the event. So yeah, we'll be around at a few. Right then, so Wispy, Nadira would like to know, what does Henry, what? Ah, right, here we go. So, what are Henry's feelings towards you? Are they, does he really love her? What's the reason he's replying to the text so late? Is he loyal and committed? So many questions there, Nadira. Let me have a look. Let me try and break it down. Rufus, can you hear me? Could you have a look on the bed to see if my glasses are there, please? I've lost my glasses. I've got my spare pair on, and they're from like 2 prescriptions ago, and it's really hurting my eyes. So, Wispy, Nadira wants to know, what are Henry's feelings towards her? Does he really love her? And what's the reason he's late replying to his texts? Right, let's have a look at that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to have a quick look. I do think, my darling, I do think it's one... Here we go. I do think it's one you've asked before, but we're going to go for this for you. So, right. There's only one cup card, and it's coming in here, the 4 of Cups, and that's where you are now. You're asking what Henry's feelings towards you are. This here absolutely feels a bit negative. It feels like... So, okay, I don't know what I've done with them, love. They might even be in the bed, in the lounge. I've got my old pair on, but I can't see bugger all. So the 4 is about being complacent, right? Often this is stability. This is complacency within a relationship. It doesn't feel as if Henry's really is... He's happy doing the minimum, right? He's happy doing the bare minimum because you're letting him do the bare minimum, right? That's the reason. He's happy doing the bare minimum, Nadira. He doesn't have to make an effort because he doesn't need to, because you're not going to hold him to it, right? You're not holding his feet to the fire in terms of that. The 5 of Pentacles reversed. The 5 of Pentacles is a bit of a weird card in terms of it's about being a bit down on your luck. It's a bit about being down, you know, having things turn a bit negative, having things turn a bit crappy, having basically needing help, needing support, right? But when it's reversed like this, and we're asking about someone else's feelings, it's oh gosh, how do I say this without making it sound awful? I'm just going to say it. Listen, I don't know why, but these 2 last cards are giving me very much transactional energy, right? Financial energy. So I don't know if there is a reason that Henry is not fully on board, either because of work commitments or for some reason that there's money connected somewhere else. The 5 of Pentacles, and what you need to know is really saying that if this is just about the relationship and there isn't a work or any other element here, then I think he's... I don't think he's invested. And I would even go a little bit further, Nadira, to say that I think there may well be doubts and uncertainties creeping in, I really, really do. I think there's doubts and uncertainties with that 5. It really does feel as if things are a bit tricky, because we've also then got the Knight of Pentacles reversed in what's to come. And this again doesn't really bode very well. This is that energy of Knights are the ones that act first, think later. We know that. Knight of Pentacles is the ones that tend to jump in, spend money very easily, do all of this, do all of that, do all of this. And it's one of the things that it's one of the things where it just feels as if there is this I don't know whether there's a financial interest in being with you for some reason, or whether it's the growth energy. It doesn't feel like growth to me. Wispy, what is this with this card? Because it doesn't feel like growth energy. It feels financial. I don't know if there's an element where do you know what I want to say, right? I want to say it's almost like being with you has allowed him to get a promotion or to look at a promotion or something. It's like there's something going on here where it feels transactional. It's almost like he needs a wife to get a, partner in a law firm. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, you need to have a wife on your arm because blah, 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 blah. It's that sort of vibe that I'm getting. There isn't a lot of love energy here at all. These two cards are so transactional to me. It's all about having you in his life for the financial gain, right? There's nothing here about love. There's nothing here about commitment. If anything, it's almost like he's feeling a bit stuck with this 4 of Cups. So I don't know what your energy is for Henry, but certainly in terms of Henry's energy for you, I don't know whether he loves you. There's no love energy here. There's no love energy here, Nadira. Wispy, I'm going to pull one more card, right? Wispy, we're going to pull one more card. I feel... Right, we're asking for the love. We're asking to see about the love. So, I'm going to pull one card randomly. And I want to know, where is the love? Oh, the 8 of Swords. No, there is no love here. There is no love basis here. I'm so sorry, Nadira. With these cards, this does not feel like there is a love energy here, right? You have to make all your own choices and all your own decisions. This 8 of Swords, there is something else going on where you need to open your eyes to a situation, right? You feel this. Whatever this is, you feel this at the moment, right? You already feel that there's a disconnect here. The thing is, this 8 of Swords, this having your eyes opened, having that realization hitting, that is a big deal. That is a big important thing that's happening, right? That is something you genuinely need to look at and ask some questions of. But it definitely feels, if you love him, it feels a bit one-sided. There is no love connection on this. I'm so sorry, my darling. I hope that helps. And I hope it gives you at least a little bit of clarity and helps answer some of the questions that you have been having. But thank you ever so much for your question. And yeah, thank you very much. Right, let's have a wee look. Right. Right, let me just have a look. Right, give me 1 second, everybody. I need to just very quickly try and do this. So bear with me. I shall return. Look, I found my glasses. Yay, I founded them. That's good. Yay, founded. We founded them. So these older ones, although I do like the style, I need to not wear them because even as an emergency pair, oh God, now my eyes are hurting trying to adjust back. Anyway, thank you for that, everybody. Thank you for allowing me a minute to go. And I suddenly had a brainwave where they might be. Does anyone else do that? Like spend ages looking for something and then go, oh, I know where it is. Or is it just ADHDers? Anywho, Melinda's gone off somewhere. Good evening, good night, Melinda, my love. I hope you're okay, and I will message you about your working, my love. Right then. So, shall we have? I know, right? I'm so happy I can actually see. Although my eyes now are really hurting me. Really hurting me. Right. Let's open up another round. Shall we open up another round? Go on then. The next round is officially open. So you can send your question in the form of a question. Just pop your question in the chat starting with the word question. That's how you get a question. Or you can send it in the form of a super chat. If you send it through as a super chat, I will read those first. Once that happens, once a super chat comes in, I will read for that person. If I get more than one super chat in at a time, I'll read them in the order they came in. It's that simple.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Absolutely, just ask one of our mods. You can always spot the mods because their name on YouTube is in blue. Now, when I pull their name up on here, it's not in blue, as you can see. It just says Patricia and she's got a coffee cup. The coffee cups, by the way, and the names in green denote the people who are members. So that's a really interesting thing. And the coffee cup colour does change for the longer the people are members. It's a coffee cup because I'm maybe slightly addicted to coffee, as a lot of ADHDers are. In fact, I don't know a single ADHDer, she says, acknowledging that I haven't had the official paperwork to say it. Unlike some of us going off and getting our paperwork filled out. I mean, you know, it's all right for some, isn't it, Ellis? But in all honesty, I am addicted to coffee, and I'm one of those people, I can take a coffee to bed and still happily sleep. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't give me the jitters. I don't go... but yes, the keeper of the questions has given me Marie Rogers. Why am I thinking... Aristocats. Was there a cat in that called Marie? I don't know. I have been watching an awful lot of Disney park related content. Now, in the UK, we don't have a Disney park. our nearest is in Paris, and I'm a fully grown adult, and I'm not really into like Minnie and Mickey and Donald and Daisy and Goofy and all of that lot. Not really into all of that. And although I do like Star Wars and Marvel, and they're now under the Disney umbrella, it's not something I've ever really wanted to go and go, ooh, let's go to Disneyland. It's not really for me. Marie, what do the next 2 or 3 months hold for you? I'll have a look, my darling. It's only a 3 card, so we're a little bit limited as to what we can see. And also 2 or 3 months is a little bit out there in terms of how much normally we can give you an idea on. I can certainly tell you what's likely to come up for July, because that takes us about 5 weeks in, doesn't it? Yeah, about 5 weeks. So 6 weeks, which is about my limit comfortably. I can do longer readings, I can look further into things, but it tends to be the further out you get, the more vague it is, right? If you imagine looking at something through a telescope, right? If you've got a telescope and it's at its maximum magnification and it's all that far away and you can see a little blob on the horizon even through the telescope, right? You don't get many details, do you? But as that thing on the horizon gets nearer, then you go, oh, it's a giant alien spaceship that seems to be gobbling everything up in its path. Maybe we shouldn't stand here. But when it's out on the horizon, there's a little blob. You just see a little blob. It's a bit like that, right? Way in the future is still a blob. We know the future's there. We can't quite see what it is yet. And the way for me this works with linking Wispy and the Akashic Records is that it's almost like that part of the book is still being written. Do you know what I mean? Because there's still winds of change, and because we all make decisions in our life that changes the future every single second of every single day. If you hadn't watched this stream today, for instance, and you were doing something else instead, then you wouldn't be able to ask this question. So there is a universe in the multiverse. There is a part of you somewhere that didn't ask this question today and didn't get advanced knowledge. So that version of you will be living a slightly different life to this version of you. So that if these cards come up and say, oh, you need to make a few changes, or, you know, you've got a traumatic experience or something coming up that you need to double check or double down on, then that may well alter how you act in the next few weeks. Might not be a big change, but that little alter here over there becomes bigger, and during the ripple effect, by the time it gets to that event on the horizon, you could be a completely different person. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I don't tend to want to read very far in the future. And anybody who says they can, I've never experienced a reader be able to do that for me, in all honesty, and say, oh yeah, I can read, I can give you a reading for 2 years. The reason we think that they give us information is because we get memory bias, where we go, oh yeah, that reader said I would meet my partner in a year or two, and I've met my partner now and we're very, very happy. Did they actually say that though? Did they actually say that? What did they actually say? Go back and look at what they actually said. Do you know what I mean? That's why it all gets a bit vague. Anyway, Wispy, my voice is getting vague again. I thought I was over this cold. Anyway, Wispy, what we'll do, we're going to look for July, and we're going to look for the energy now for the end of June. Then we'll go into the beginning and middle of July, middle and end of July. Okay, Wispy? That's what we're going to do. Very basic 3 card. Give us a snapshot. Energy now going into June. Ooh, the 8 of Cups reversed. You're not wanting to take that emotional change, that emotional jump. The Page of Swords coming up in July. More stuff that you don't want to handle. And the 3 of Wands. Okay, so all 3 cards are reversed. So this does not sound like it is going to be information that you are looking forward to hearing, my darling. It does not sound as if this is going to be something that is going to float your boat or tickle your pickle, unfortunately. So the 8 of Cups, for me, the 8 of Cups is all about the journey to the 9. That may sound reductive, but what it is literally is this person has stacked up these cups, realized that the formation they want, they need that 9th cup to make it all look nice and pretty, and they've turned heel and they're heading off into the night to go and get the 9th cup, right? The 9th cup is all about happy, joy, wonderful feelings, wonderful emotions, celebration, all of that loveliness, right? The 8 is about things are ticking over, but you're being impatient to get to that result. The fact that this is reversed means that you're trying to rush through a situation, right? You're trying to almost put something behind you without doing any healing work on it, right? You're trying to move on from something without having that fully resolved. It's almost like you're literally... Thank you, Wispy. I've got Helen Mirren in Devil Wears Prada. Is it Helen Mirren? I think it is. You know where she goes, that's all, and she doesn't want to talk about it. And there's one emotional scene where she has a cry, and then she literally just says, that's all. And it's like, I've opened up, now it's over. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not processing these emotions. This is you trying to say that's all to something, right? You're trying to skip the important part. And if this is due to negative or sad emotions, then this is literally you trying to get to, let's skip to the good part. You can't. You've got to go through the process of healing, if that makes sense. The Page of Swords comes into the energy in July, right? And the energy into July, again, the Page of Swords, we have this: swords is trouble and strife, all of the hurdles and challenges, the obstacles, the lessons we need to learn. So we've actually got a book here. It can also be ideas with swords, okay? I don't often reflect on that because for me, it's normally the obstacles, the challenges, and how we learn. But we have got this you can see this magical energy from the book is surrounding and manifesting in the shape of these birds. So we've got this this energy coming through with the sword. The sword is all about this trouble and obstacle. It's youthful energy, right? And that doesn't mean it's concerning a young person. It almost feels as if this is, I don't want to say first heartbreak, but it's something along those lines, my darling. It's something where you are having to confront some feelings maybe for the first time, or for the first time in this way, if that makes sense. And then that also leads to this 3 of Wands later in the month. And I think this is putting things back together. This is starting to rebuild. The 3s are about taking that next step, okay? Wands is all about your security, sense of self. Thank you, Ellis. What did I say? Is Meryl Streep. What did I say? Did I say Helen Mirren? I meant Meryl Streep. Oh my God. Slightly different actress. That's bizarre. That is bizarre. Yes, anywho, so the 3 of Wands is about kind of, oh God, how can I put this? It's about recovery. It's about healing. It's about working with somebody else, right? Friendship circle, I would say this is, in order to recover from this. So whatever this is in your life, right? This feels very emotionally charged. It feels like you've gone through some sadness you're not quite ready to move on from. It could be grief, it could be relationship, it could be a loss of a job, it could be anything at all like that has come into your life recently that you are feeling down about, right? And it's almost like you want this feeling to be over now. You can't. You've got to process it. It's going to hurt. You've got this learned kind of, you have to learn the process with this Page of Swords, right? So this is teaching you something, healing you something. This is how we learn, is by experiencing. So you are going through something here, and it's not that you would choose to be in this position, but you are, so therefore you've got to deal with it, right? That's what the cards are saying. This Three of Wands, this is where you are trying to then piece those pieces back together, move on, work out what the lesson was, and work out how you move forward. This in July is about connecting with friends, possibly friends that you haven't seen, possibly on a journey overseas, or a journey, you know, to another 10 minutes down the road. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's about people that are in your life but are perhaps you're a little bit distant from. It could well be that this means that there is somebody in your life that you literally haven't spoken to for a while. That person, these people, because it's a three, it could be, you know, the three of you. These people are going to help you and lift you up. But again, it's not something that you want to be in. Because we've got this reversal, it's not something that you want to do. None of this situation is good, right? None of this situation, Marie, is saying that is saying that everything over here is grand and rosy in the garden. Do you know what I mean? It's like whatever this emotional stuff is that you've got to process, you've just got to process it and go through it, feel the feels, and then come out the other side, and your friends will be there and you will be able to lean on them. You won't want to, you won't feel like it, but they will be there when you need them, and they will together, that three, that energy of stepping forward, stepping up and stepping over, that energy is there for you. All right, I really do hope that helps. And yeah, thank you very much for your question, my darling. I do hope that helps. Right, my voice. I know, right? I was almost quoting my humps then, wasn't I? My lovely lady voice. I know this is not my lovely lady voice. This is my croaky old man voice. Hold on. So I hope that helps, Marie. It does feel like you've got a bit of a sticky road ahead emotionally. Again, with a 3 card, it's a bit difficult to see in any detail as to how this is. But I do hope that helps. Honestly, my love, you will get through it. You're not going to want to get through it. It's going to feel a bit crap, to be honest. But I think you'll be absolutely fine. Oh, no problem. Thank you, my darling. Divine timing. Divine timing. It was divine timing for you to send a super chat. Hello, my darling. Thank you very much for your super chat. What can you expect in the month of July? We can do that reading for you right now and look at. It is very warm in this flat. It is very, very warm. I have the fan on. Oh, I don't have the fan directly on me. Hold on. I moved it. There we go. I'm going to bring it so close. You watch. It'll be too close now. Oh, that's nice. It'll be too close. The cards will start flying everywhere. I have to watch everything on the backdrop doesn't fly around. Yeah, this will be one of those occasions where in the background things will start moving and everybody watching will be like, are the ghosts in Lisa's flat playing up? What's happening? It's like, no, it's just the fan. Oh, that just feels so much better. It's literally here now. Arm's length away. Lovely. Right. Wispy. We have a 6 card or 7 card, depending on what you demand, for divine timing. They have sent a super chat. What on earth is that picture? What is in your profile picture? It looks like the Black Panther with the Pink Panther, but the Pink Panther looks very like, we've got Pink Panther at home. Do you know what I mean? It looks, what are those? You have to let us know, Divine Timing. What are those? I've just seen on my screen here, it's like that big. I can see really clearly. That is very interesting. That is a very interesting profile picture. I am dying to know the secret behind it. Well, do me a favour. Pop that in the chat as I'm doing your reading, and I'll come to it at the end. Right, okay, let's cling to the space. I'm easily distracted, aren't I? I know, right? Anybody would think I've got ADHD or something. So then, Wispy, Divine Timing wants to know what is coming up for them in the month of July. So again, we're going to do a similar type of reading. Oh, no, hang on. Why are we doing a root? What's the root, Wispy? Why are we doing a root? Okay. We're doing a root, but we're doing a root. We're doing the full root. Right, what do I mean by root? So we do an inverted triangle reading on this channel. It's one that I invented. I say I invented. To be honest, it's probably one that I saw or that somebody did or that I experienced at some point, at some time. It was something that probably was in my head. However, I've got no conscious memory of where it came from. So as far as I'm concerned, it is one that I came up with, right? That's how it works. Because it may be one I adapted, but I certainly know the way that this works for me is very different. So we have, it's your kids' Halloween. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. There we go. I knew it was something bloody frightening. Five Nights at Freddy's. Hang on. Right. Pause in the reading. Do your kids play that game? Have you played that game? It is bloody terrifying. I think I don't know whether I bought it or I think Rufus bought it for me for Christmas or birthday sometime last year. I can't get past the first round. It's bloody terrifying. For those that don't know, the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, you're basically a security guard in a little tiny booth, right? And you're in this old Chuck E. Cheese type restaurant-y type thing. And the Five Nights at Freddy's are all these like animatronic bears and dogs and toys and things, right? And your security booth, you can't move. You've got a door one side, a door another side, and some monitors. And you've got to keep checking where these blooming things are because they come alive and they walk around. It is the most terrifying game I've ever played in my entire life because literally you'll do something, you'll turn, and all of a sudden there's a thing there. It is so scary, so scary. It is ridiculous, right? It is just jump scares. Nothing happens. Right, it's on compared to all the bang bang shoot them, red covers the screen, all of those sort of games. It's nothing at all like that. It is literally just bonk, there's a teddy bear. It is the most terrifying, scary thing I've ever played in my entire life. Just jump scares. You go boom, boom, ah! I have been playing it when I first got it. Right, I would play it, and I would be screaming out loud at ridiculous times in the middle of the night. At full volume, full on, like I am like the what's it called? The surviving girl in Freddy films or something, right? It is literally like I am a scream queen. Oh my god, it was so scary and so difficult. And all the kids are like, oh yeah, you just click this. And I'm like, no, everything is a jump scare. There's nothing actually scary in it. It's just a pink teddy bear or a thing. And you just go, but I can't do jump. I also, by the way, right, while I'm on this subject, I still get jump scared by the scene in Gremlins. Yes, the 1980s film that I saw when it was out in the cinemas. That film, there's a bit where they're in the kitchen and the kitchen cupboard opens and they jump out. I know that scene is coming, right? I know that scene is coming. I have seen the film several times. I know that scene is coming. I know it's coming. Do I still jump out of my seat and scream? Yes. Do I physically lift off the seat at least 2 inches and scream at the top of my lungs? Yes. Do I feel like an absolute idiot doing it? Of course I do. Do I still watch it? Yes. 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 But yes, it is very scary. Yes. Honestly. Right. Sorry. Miles away. You don't do scary because you get scared. Yes. I love horror films. Right? All the Freddys and the Michaels and all the rest of it. Terrifier, all the films. Love it, love it, love it. Dead Meat is the only Patreon thing I have going on the YouTubes, right? Is for Dead Meat. I have a YouTube subscription to another channel, but the only Patreon-y thing I have is for Dead Meat, so I can watch them without the edits from YouTube. I absolutely adore it. My bestie in the whole world, my brother Neil, runs Necronomicon, the zine, which is phenomenal. Love horror films, love them all to bits. I can't watch a jump scare. Can't watch it. There's something in a jump scare. Anyway, we're not talking about jump scares, because they will make me jump, and then I'll get scared. But yes. Oh my gosh. Right then, let's have a look. So, what is coming up in July for Divine Timing? What is coming up in July for Divine Timing? Let's go for it. So then, Wispy, we'll go again. I'll just cleanse that little... Oh gosh, no, come on. All right, I've cleansed properly. Oh my gosh, I need to stop faffing on with these streams, don't I? I need to just crack on and do it. But then you wouldn't be here, would you? You wouldn't be. You're here for the authentic experience. Right then, 6-card root. 6-card root. Why is it called a root reading? Because we start on the top with the where you are, what you need to know, and what is coming up. Right, we start with that as normal. Then we go a layer deeper. I love these cards. I love the emotional element of these cards. So we go deeper. Like so, and then we go one level deeper to the root. Okay, so what we're looking at, Divine Timing, is the energy that's coming in, right? The energy for maybe the first couple of weeks, and then the energy at the end of the month. So let's look at that first, and then we'll dig a little deeper. So the energy that's here now and around you now, we've got the Knight of Cups reversed. This could be a young person. It could be a teenager, that sort of vibes. Or it could be a shift in... Oh, Wispy, that's an interesting perspective. Right, okay. It could be there's a shift in a relationship, right? And because this is the Knight of Cups, oh, okay, oh, right, okay, obviously you've said you've got kids. Now, that would normally mean a baby daddy. Doesn't necessarily mean a baby daddy. It could mean anything at all, right? It could mean absolutely anything at all. If you are in a relationship at the moment, right? And again, on this channel, we highlight the fact that people can be in relationships with any other people, regardless of gender, regardless of sexuality, regardless of anything else. People are people and love is love, which is something, unfortunately, this world needs more of, is love. But anyway, this relationship, it feels like it's undergoing a bit of a shift, right? From teenage love to adult love, right? Now, I don't know whether this is your partner or whether this is the relationship as a whole, but it feels very much as if there is a bit of a transition going on at the moment, and almost like it feels... I don't want to say it feels like something is missing, but it feels like the way the relationship is transitioning, right? When we first get with someone, let me explain what I'm trying to say. When we first get together with a partner, it can often be all about the, oh, I love you so much. I love you too. Oh, I love you. I can't bear to be without you. Oh, come back and kiss me. Oh, kisses, 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 kisses. Love, love, love. Let's go to bed. Let's do that. Oh, let's go to bed. Oh, look at this little tiny chain mail something. Oh, this will look good on you. You know what I'm saying, right? All of that energy, all of that all of that sexy energy, right, comes in. And that's great. Eventually, that tends to not evaporate, but it tends to get almost like a layer that goes on top, which is that feeling of a little bit of complacency, but a hell of a lot of trust, a hell of a lot of, you know, like deeper love, more meaningful connections, things like that. And it can sometimes feel, when we're experiencing that more adult type of feelings and emotions, it can feel that we're losing that teenage horniness, right? So with this Knight card being reversed, it's almost like it's almost like there is a shift happening in your life at the moment. And I think you're growing up. And don't get me wrong, I don't know how old you are. But it feels like what you want out of life and what you want out of your heart, your love life, your relationships is altering, right? And it's almost like the need to be in a relationship when you're young. It's quite an important thing, isn't it? It's quite a big status symbol. It's quite a big how can I put it? It's a thing that we're all supposed to aspire to, isn't it? You know, to get married, to have kids, or to be in a permanent relationship and, you know, settle down. All of these things are things that we're supposed to want to have. Now, a lot of people don't want those things. A lot of people don't want to be married or to have the 9 to 5. But yeah, that sort of 9 to 5 life. And this is basically, it feels like here with this top with this top row, it feels like there's a maturation, which isn't a word I say very often, so it's not a word it's easy for me to say. But it feels like you're maturing in terms of what you want from your relationship. And even, I would even say, looking at it, because we've got the Queen here as well. I don't even know whether you are in a relationship right now. This card always throws me, right? Because this card looks exactly like a friend of mine called Timmy. Exactly like a friend of mine. But it's almost, Whisper, give me that again. Oh, do I take a punt? I'm going to take a punt. Right. Okay. So if I'm wrong, I apologize, right? But I almost want to say that they're oh, sorry, I'm just going to say it. Right. I think what's happened recently and where you are and what is going on mainly for this month, I think you have either a new realization or there is a confirmation. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't think you need a partner right now, right? And I don't know whether that is you are unhappy in a relationship or whether you are out of a relationship or whether you are, you know, just not looking for one. Like if you've been single for a long time, it feels like, oh, sorry, I'm just going to say it. It feels like you have, hang on, let me click this. It feels like you've almost got rid of some baggage. Do you know what I mean? Now, listen, if you're happily married or happily in a relationship and you've been with your partner for 20 years and all the rest of it, blah, 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 then fine. Disregard what I'm saying. But I don't think that's the case because the Knight of Cups is reversed. That is that youthful, like, oh, I love you energy. That reversal is almost saying that, it's so difficult. Right, sod it. If you were here with me now live, right, my question would be, did your partner cheat? Is that what happened? Because that Knight of Energy card, when it's reversed, can often depict, knights are the ones, I often say, they're the shiny knights on horseback. Off they go, off to the next village. They've got a bed in every village they stop at, right? They're never short of a bed. They've got that lovely shiny armour and that horse with their sword and their goblets and everything else from the king. And off they go doing all these adventures. Every single village will have plenty of young girls and young boys and older girls and older boys quite happily, I'm talking like adults, quite happily throwing open their bed sheets for the knights to jump in. Knights are players. Often they do settle down. Sometimes they revert back to being players, right? So it feels like we're going from knight energy to king energy here, and the king energy is also cups. Now, kings are independent. Kings are also authority figures. So it could be, my darling, that you are now stepping into your king era, right? You can be any gender to be a king. King is simply, in the tarot deck, it's simply the highest rank that you can go to before you get into the major arcana, right? Before you get into the Empress, the Moon, the Lovers, all of those cards. So the King of Cups, which you've got here, is the highest, most authority, independent character that you get in the suit of cups, right? So it's not ranking based on gender, it's ranking based on title. So it's almost like you are becoming your own king. And whether that means that you are going to get your own needs met within a relationship, or that you are, I don't know about newly single, but certainly single with a capital S, right? Not in the, oh, I've been heartbroken and oh, I'm still grieving. I'm talking about in the I don't need no man type sassy, do you know what I mean? In that phase. You're in your sassy independent era. I may be completely off, and you may be happily married and all the rest of it, you know, with your lover for the last 50 years, whatever is actually going on. It feels very much as if there is that emotional shift, because we've also got the moon, and the moon is coming in for July. And again, this will be towards the back end, and this is all about lighting your way and showing you this path but also having this really deep connection to divine feminine, to the divine oh my god, to the design. Words are not easy today. To the divine feminine, right? Feminine. That could be a link with your own spirituality, your own sexuality, your own, you know, you say divine timing. To be fair, you could be any gender. And again, this connecting with the divine feminine can happen to anybody of any gender. It's about having that connection to lunar goddess energy, finding that inner strength, that strength of, I don't need no man, or I don't need no partner, right? The thing about the moon, because she's so closely linked with that spiritual vibe, she's so closely linked with our base understanding of sun and moon energy, sun being masculine, moon being feminine energy. She's so linked to tides and even linked in with witchcraft, because we've got that lunar element, and witches, you know, gather and celebrate under the sun. She's very much linked in with all of that. So this is really giving me this impression, especially with this queen here, that July for you is about celebrating and connecting with your feminine spirituality, right? And again, you can be any gender and connect with that. What do I mean by feminine spirituality? I don't mean the stereotype mother caregiver role, right? What I mean is that we all know, who do you never cross? A mama bear. Who do you never get in between? A mother and her kids. You never get in between the cubs and the lioness. The lion will go around and hunt you if you're running away. The lioness will fight you for your death. She will fight to the death to protect her cubs. The lion will walk away and go, oh, I can shag, I can make some more. The lioness fights to the death for her cubs, right? This is very powerful, nurturing energy, right? That is different to, oh, I'm just going to bring them. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes divine femininity is incredibly powerful and potent, and arguably is one of the most potent energies around. And the reason men generally try and put women down is because men generally can't handle feminine power when it's unleashed, right? That's get me off me feminist soapbox now, right? But this is about embracing that side of you, regardless of your gender or your gender identity. We've got the Four of Swords is coming in, linking the Knight to the King, right? Fours are all about stability. In this case, when the four is reversed, it's about stagnancy. There is some leftover resentment in terms of this relationship status, this relationship change, right? There is some resentment here. Whether that is pain that you are holding on to, whether that is... No, I think that's what it is. I think it is pain that you're holding on to. This very much feels like... Again, if you're if you're happily in a relationship, then I can't refund you, unfortunately, because I don't know how to do that on the YouTube, but I will give you another reading next week. If you're happily married for 20 odd years, blah, blah, blah. But I think you've been hurt by somebody playing, right? I honestly do. And I think you're holding on to that and holding on to the guilt and some form of blaming yourself. And that is not the case. That is not yours to hold on to, right? This negative energy here with this Four of Swords, this stagnant energy, this is not yours to hold. This is not yours to be responsible for. This is something that you need to shift, because look what it's doing to you. I am utterly convinced you are a woman, or at least identify as female feminine, because, well, let's be honest, most men don't have their kids as their profile picture. That's a going. But also, this Queen energy. Why are you denying, and why are you putting down your own feelings? The Queen of Cups is that nurturing, like, loving character in the deck. She is incredibly powerful. She's, I mean, just look at her. She's, I mean, she's beautiful, isn't she? Isn't she just a stunning depiction of womanhood? She is that embodiment of being the strong caregiver, right? So you've got the Knight, you've got the King, you've got the Queen, you've got the top three in this deck, in this suit. But your Queen is reversed. There is something here. You are diluting, you are dumbing down your own feelings, your own essence, not because of what happened, but because you're still hanging. No, hang on, yes it is. Yes it is. Why are you holding on to? Hang on, Wispy. That's what the Ace is. Oh my God, my darling. Right, listen. Whoever did this, whoever did you dirty is an asshole. Right? Whoever this was, this person who did you dirty is an asshole. It is not your fault that they went off and cheated. It is not your fault that he couldn't keep it in his pants. Because I think it is a man. Right? There is not a reason. It is not on you. No matter what the... Oh, words I can't say. No matter what he said or tried to lay the blame or what you've internalized, it is not your fault. This Ace here, this Ace of Wands, this is your sense of self. You have put yourself down so much. Your root card is coming up as you just don't, you've oh, I can't get my words out. There's so many trying to come out at once now. Brain, you are wanting to start over, but you are so uncertain about yourself, you are so unsure of yourself, that you are struggling with the very concept that you deserve love, right? Which is why you're holding on to this sodding energy from him, right? And all the grief and all the bad. Listen, I'm getting angry on your behalf. He did the wrong here, right? It was him. He did the wrong. You're holding on to that negativity, and he's the one that caused it. It's not yours to hold on to. These swords, this, hang on, let me transition that back across. This here is not your, it's not your shit to hold on to. Right? It isn't. It isn't your shit to hold on to. Whatever he did, if he's cheated, that's for him to go. Right? There is no... I believe very firmly that in a relationship, if you're unhappy, you get out of that relationship, right? Me and Rufus have talked about this many, many times and said, look, if either of one of us was at that point that we thought maybe would start looking elsewhere, the mere thought of us maybe looking elsewhere is a key sign that maybe things aren't working where we are. Therefore, we need to have an open discussion before we look elsewhere and say, something's not working, we need to have a deep discussion and work out what's going on between us, right? In any relationship, if things are bad, there are ways and means for them to end without going off and cheating and being a knight with a bed in every village, right? This ace is bringing in a lot of guilt. It's bringing in a lot of shame. It's bringing in a lot of anger, resentment, all of that. It's bringing that. And then you've got this Four of Swords, which is holding on to all of those issues. It's becoming so stagnant, it's going to end up like a bloody cancer, right? Because it is literally, you're holding on to so much negativity, so much guilt, so much whatever. It doesn't matter what you did. It doesn't matter what he did. Hanging on to the past, right? The analogy I always say is that Buddhists have a saying, right? If you pick up a hot coal to throw it at your enemy, the first person that gets burned and the person that gets burned worst is you, right? And what I'm inferring with that, and what I'm trying to put across with that, is that whilst you're holding on to this guilt, resentment, anger, you are holding on to it regardless of what you did in the relationship, what he did in the relationship. You're still holding on to it. If you've got reasons to be guilty for your actions, get some therapy, work out what the cause was, move on, move beyond it, let it go, put it behind you, right? If you're holding on to what somebody else did in the relationship, again, get some therapy, get some counselling, work out why you're holding on to that negativity from someone else, and again, let it go. Not in a airy fairy, I'll just forget it, but get some counselling support to do that, right? Because the longer you hold on to this, the more it's going to burn you, and it's denying your loving, nurturing, your loving and sexual self. It's denying that, right? This reading, if we take the king energy out of it, right, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do in my nails. Oh yes, I can. Right, we take that out of it. Look at what we've got, right? It becomes a past to future. This is when Wispy says root, it becomes past to future. If it's just an inverted V, I know we just read it the other way. Past to future, we start off with this emotional, again, it may be you that cheated. It doesn't matter what happened. That is gone and dusted, right? That is over. Holding on to this is causing and stopping this negative space from healing, right? It's causing it. You're holding on to this really toxic set of emotions, and you're holding on to it because you don't believe you deserve better, whether that is through guilt or whether that is through, you know, other people's actions. You're holding on to this so strongly you can't even see a situation where you deserve to let it go and move on from it. And that is where we are now. As we move forward, we go past this feminine energy, right? And this is where it's saying, look, you can acknowledge this strong, queen, nurturing, caring, loving energy. You don't have to switch this off. And this moon, as we move forward, again, it's about resetting and coming back to yourself, right? For whatever reason, whatever's happened, look at the summer solstice that we've just had. Look at this as a moment in time, right? It's a moment in time. It's a transitional time. That was up until then. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever it was. Yesterday. Oh my God, was it only yesterday? Fuck. Oh, Scarlet Witch has fallen over. That's interesting. as I was saying, moving forward into new energy and Scarlet Witch, fell over. Anyway, look at this summer solstice as yesterday's being the end point. And we're going to start making some changes, right? So this card, we want you to start turning that card over, right? This is you moving forward. Turn this Ace of Wands round. Create a new start, a new beginning. Do it now, do it today, do it this week. Make it so that the energy you take into July is more positive. Get some counselling, get some therapy if you can. Get some sort of talking help to find a way through that, right? Because whatever's happened here in the past, you ain't going to change. If you are guilty, you ain't going to change what happened. If they were guilty, you ain't going to change what happened. If it was a combination of 3 of the above or 4 of the above or 27, it doesn't matter who did what to who in which manner. It's gone, it's dusted. All you can do is make sure that your future actions are better. Your future decisions are better, right? Turn this leaf now, or start to turn this leaf now. Try and regain this sense of self, this sense of who are you actually? Because these two cards, if we turn the Queen of Cups round, this is a warm, loving, impressively warm, loving, sensual, sexual person who is caring and giving, has friends, has family, is all about all of the, you know, she is the mama bear archetype, but she's also a powerful sexual goddess in her own right. And you've got the moon here, which is also all about that divine feminine energy. This is saying that you've let this go recently. I don't mean in terms of you've let yourself go and all of that, because I think that's a load of bullshit, but you've let that connection with that divine energy go, and your inner self, where you yourself know that you can be an incredibly wonderful human being, right? And you can do that. You can become this strong, powerful person again. You just have to forgive yourself for whatever happened, forgive them for whatever happened, and decide that's the line. I ain't dragging that baggage with me no more, and I'm going to move forward. And for July, this is what you need to do. Wholeheartedly, this is what you need to do. Okay? I hope this helps, Divine Timing. I'm probably going to look at the chat in a second, and you're going to say, I've been happily married for 15 years and I've got no idea what you're talking about. You're talking a load of bullshit. If that is the case, I apologise. But absolutely, it feels that you're holding on to so much out of guilt and frustration and all of the above. Yeah, all of the above, and it just feels like you're not being fair to yourself. Right, hopefully that helps. Let me have a look in the chat. My God, sorry everybody, that went on much longer than I thought. Wispy was giving it me both barrels. Right, oh my God, there's like 100 messages. Oh my God, there's like more than that. Right, okay, let me have a look. Your life has changed so much over the past 2 years, and it's continuing to change for the better. That's really good. I'm pleased with that, my darling. Hang on. We're doing a lot of healing at the moment. You're lonely and entertain it from time to time, but being single these past few years is the best decision you've ever made. Absolutely. All of the above. Thank you. Yes. You're female. Okay, my darling. It's hard to heal from some things, but you're working on it. You need to get some support. You need to get some support. Right? You can't heal on this. Whatever this was, it's so big and so ingrained. You're carrying it with you so much. You need to get this unpacked. You can't unpack that yourself because you can't see it. Right? You cannot see it. You are too close to whatever happened. You are too emotionally involved. You're holding on to it too tightly. You cannot let it go because your hand is gripped like this, right? You've picked up that burning coal. You've done this. What has it done? It's burnt the inside of your hand to such an extent you can't open your hand. That's what's happened. That burning coal and your hand is now clenched. So like it or not, that scar tissue, everything else is now wrapped around and embedded and stuck. You cannot open your hand now without help, right? That is literally what has happened. That burning coal has taken all the skin off, and then it's cooled down in your hand, and now it's stuck there. You cannot let it go without help, right? So you do need to move on, but you can't do that alone. This is where absolutely therapy, charity, support, support groups, anything like that, where you can go and express and you can share, even online groups that are aimed at, facilitating, helping, as long as there is some sort of professional counsellor or supporter that's involved, they can be incredibly useful. That is what you need to do, because at the moment you're holding on to that coal. It's not flaming anymore, is it? You can't let go of it though, because the scar tissue has healed over it. You need someone to help. Honestly, knowing your self-worth is part of your journey. It absolutely is. July is going to be really interesting for you. You need to, honestly, my darling, listen, if nothing else, right, promise me one thing in July, that you are going to start to talk about whatever it was and get help for whatever it was, even if it's painful, which it always is, unfortunately. If you've gone through something traumatic, when you start to unpick it and go through the process of healing, the first thing you need to do, again, I'm going to have to use my other hand because I really did clench that too hard, it's hurt. Think about this, right? This is you holding that coal, isn't it? It's now quite a while later. So it has healed. The coal is no longer burning. It's done all the damage, but your skin is healed over. How, when you get that help, someone's going to go, can you lift? No. Can I prise this? No. Okay. We're going to need to operate and cut away the scar tissue. Yes, you'll be put under, but what they will do is they will operate and they will remove all of the scarring that's caused, right? So that you can open your hand again, and then they'll get all of that out and clean it all and skin graft. It will be painful. It will heal. The first step is getting that person to help, and then to go through that process where it will hurt almost as much as when you first picked up that hot coal, when you first had that emotional incident happen, right? But the longer you hold on to it, my darling, the harder it's going to be, the more scar tissue is going to build up when you need to finally release. And eventually you do need to finally release. Otherwise, that little lump of burning coal is going to become so rank, so infested, it will start becoming cancerous in your body and everything else. And we're talking, I know we're talking an emotional lump, but it can do the same thing. It is going to hurt when you start to heal. When you start to unpick and go through that process, it is going to feel like reliving old memories, but you're not, because you're safe now. So whatever that was, whoever was to blame, whoever did whatever and whoever and however and whenever, as you approach it from the other side, as in from where you are now, and you start looking back, that can't hurt you anymore. It will bring up those emotions, but that's just echoes of what you went through. You're safe now. You are in a better place now. Whatever it is, that is no longer that flaming hot piece of coal. But the more you hold on to that, my love, the harder it's going to be to let it go. I promise you. Okay. That's why you can't let it go. That's why you can't let it go. And that's why it will, I'm getting emotional, that's why it will hurt when you unpick it. It will hurt. But it's part of the process. And as you remove the scar tissue, it will be a raw wound for a little bit. And then once it's cleaned out and you get that graft or whatever it is, you know, again, I'm stretching the analogy here, but when you get that emotional element, that emotional healing, that's when you move forward. Thank you, Ed. I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. And yeah, thank you ever so much. Thank you everyone for saying sometimes readings need to just be what they are. I hope that helps, my darling. I really, 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 really do. And honestly, you've got this. The cards that you've got are can be wonderful, right? That Queen of Hearts, that Moon card, these are really good positive cards. Okay, from this point forward, try and get that support, try and get that help. It doesn't matter whether it happened to you last month, last year, last decade, it doesn't matter. Those, as somebody who's gone through a fairly traumatic experience in my own past, not the same, it is incredibly painful to realize certain things and to look back at certain things, but when you're out the other side, it feels much better, if that makes sense. It really does. It feels better to not have that burden on you anymore. And with that, my darling, I'm going to say thank you very much. Right then, I'm not going to do any more readings as such, but because I realise I've done so few today, which I am getting really bad at. Again, I need to crack on a bit faster. So, shall we have? This might be best if you're only wanting a light reading, right? If you're just wanting something very quick and easy to see what the universe may or may not have in store for you, we're going to look at the Universe Answers deck again, right? So this deck, let me show you. This deck is basically a glorified Magic 8-Ball type situation type deal, right? So we've got the Universe Answers deck. I don't know still whether this is an original or whatever. I bought it secondhand, believing it to be an original, but there's no details on the box, so I've got absolutely no idea. I have a super chat. Do I? Hold on. I didn't know I had a super chat. Hang on. Oh, Culture Envy. Hello, my darling. Yes. Okay, sorry everybody. Well, we'll have to come back to that. I've got a reading for Culture Envy. A general reading for you. Yes, of course, my darling. Sorry, I didn't realise. Thank you, Patricia. Right, sorry, I didn't even see that come in. Right, okay, my darling. A general reading. Okie doke. I've got a 3-card reading for Culture Envy. Let's do this, Wispy. Everybody else that's here, listen, I will do some Universe Answers questions, get them in really quickly, right, while I'm doing this reading, and I will do a couple of minutes. They're basic yes, no, so nothing too deep, right? This is where you need to basically be asking, not necessarily more light-hearted, but more yes, no. You know, should I ask that person out? Should I apply for that job? It's those sorts of yes, no answers that you want. Fill the chat now with some of those, and I will do my best to get through at least half a dozen of them at the very end. Okay, Culture Envy, let's go, my darling. So sorry I didn't see your super chat there. Right, Wispy, Culture Envy wants to know, may I have a general reading? So a general reading, the next few weeks. Oh, we've had a card flip. It's I always think of it as the other High Priestess. It's the Queen of Swords, and she came up reversed. So then you've got a clarifying card. What is a clarifying card? A clarifying card does what it says on the tin. It clarifies the other cards that I'm about to lay down. It basically modifies them and alters the meaning. So then, what is the lens? What is the Queen of Swords? The Queen of Swords is all about control. She is an incredibly controlling person, very stern, very, very much likes to get her way. She's very domineering. As you can see with the picture, she is not afraid of using everything she has, including her sensuality, her physicality, her sexuality. She is a very controlling and very, very self-assured person. She knows exactly what she wants. She knows exactly how to get it. She is reversed, which means that energy that's coming in with the Queen of Swords may not be something that you are putting out. It might not be coming in for or from yourself, Culture Envy. It could be coming in from a parental figure, with it being a queen. It could be coming in from an authority figure. Either way, somebody is wanting to bring in learning hard lessons and doing things their way. Queen of Swords is very much by the book. She very much likes things done her way, or the highway, basically, is what it comes down to. Right. Swords also is your trouble and strife. It's your lessons, hardships, obstacles, challenges suit. So we've got the Two of Pentacles, where you are now, the King of Pentacles, what you need to know, and the Eight of Swords. Right. So with two Pentacle cards, this would maybe suggest at a financial or work-based reading. It could also be relating to something that I would always say is something like growth energy, but this feels very much more it feels more material, manifest, if you like. It doesn't feel like it's about growth. It feels like it's about stuff that's going on right now. I think there's a work issue happening, and it feels like you need to deal with something in the workplace. So the Two of Pentacles, twos are related to partnerships, twos are related to friendships, romances, anything at all like that where you're working with another person. This feels very much like you are dealing with a duality here. So it could be that you are working with someone else. It could be that you're trying to spin two lots of plates at the same time, trying to keep almost like two bosses or two elements of your life happy at the same time. It could be a work-life balance thing, because sometimes that comes up with these, but it feels very much like there is this work element that you need to deal with. Does that make sense? That's what it feels like. It feels vaguely positive in that there is this element where hang on, it feels like there is this element of money being involved and money coming to you, but it's almost, how can I put this? Be careful what you wish for with this, right? Be careful what you wish for, because it does feel as if there is money. This Queen is kind of giving this, money's coming your way, but what about the tax man? Money's coming your way, but what about this, that, and the other? Do you know what I mean? It's like a mitherly kind of pecking away at the joy of things. Do you know what I mean? It's like a where you are now with the King, what you need to know, with the King, this is really positive if you are looking for promotion at work, if you're looking for, a pay rise, if you're looking for the boss to recognize you in some way, or for you to step up in some way. It's really positive under those circumstances, right? Because King is that authority figure. King is that head of the suit, and the King in this case is all about the money. So with this card, I always say the King is in his counting house, counting out his money, and it's about that. It feels like you are due. I don't know what's been happening, Culture Envy, but it feels like you are definitely due a financial boost in some way, okay? Because I think you've been working something, you've been keeping plates spinning, but also with this King card, it's like you're getting what is owed to you. it could also be father energy because of the king. Sometimes it can relate to husband, sometimes it can relate to father, sometimes it can relate to boss. So it could be if your father has some sort of financial say in your life, or is perhaps giving you some money or leaving you some money or something in a will, or it feels like there is something here where you are either going to get or be promised something, but it's going to cause some issues, right? I'm wondering whether this is maternal energy, because the queens can often be maternal energy. So it could be that there is, right, it could be one of these scenarios, right? And again, this is just an example. It could be there is a pay rise at work, there is a promotion at work, there is a bonus scheme at work, there is a share incentive, something at work that comes your way. But I don't know whether a work colleague is jealous, or whether it's, no, I think somebody's jealous. I think somebody is jealous. Or whether there is this element of, this bonus will be great, but it will put you in the next tax bracket. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I do feel that you've got, listen, whatever happens with this, right? This does feel as if I do think it's more, work-based than it is an inheritance, right? Although the king and the queen both coming up could be mother, father energy, but I don't think it is. I think it is more work-based, right? Because you've got the 2 here as well. Without the 2, I would maybe think, oh, but no, because you've got the 2, that's erring on the side of work. The Queen of Swords, I do think, is something to do with you are going to have to declare it in some way, or there is something here around having this promotion or having this all done officially. It doesn't feel as if at first glance that this is going to be official. So, and what I mean by that is it could be that you get told, oh yeah, you know, at the end of the month we'll make you manager or project leader or whatever the hell the promotion is, right? So you get told that, so you do all this ton of work and then you don't get it, right? Or you get told it and then for whatever reason, blah 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 blah, there's something. Do you know what I mean? There is something here where you need to get it in writing. You need to absolutely get it locked down, because you're going to realise too late that you didn't. This card, the 8 of Swords, is about having your eyes opened, right? Realising what's what, having your blindfold lifted. This is about, you can see this person is now trapped behind here, almost like in a prison cell, right? But this is what's to come. And this feels like it's too little too late. So whatever this is, make sure this Queen of Swords is actually coming in, I believe, is actually coming in here as a warning. Because otherwise it's going to bite you on the arse. It's going to bite you big time on the bottom, right? You are going to have teeth marks in your behind. This is going to bite you so much. You are going to have, they'll be able to take dental imprints from your backside to see who bit you. This is going to bite you that much, right? Whatever this is, if it's a promise of a bonus or a raise or a promotion, then you need to get that in writing. Just send an email saying, you know, dear manager, boss man person, you know, you said I would get, just confirming you said I would get a raise on July 30th. Just wanting to double check that is the case and that I hadn't misunderstood and blah, blah, blah. That is what you need to do. That is what you need to do. Get it in writing, right? Because something here, if you don't, you're going to realise this too late, and then you won't have a paper trail, and it will be too late for you to do anything about it. I hope that helps, my darling. You need to get everything paper trail, paper trail, paper trail, right? It's how they got what's his name, wasn't it? The mafia, the mob boss, that one that didn't pay his taxes. What was he called? Al Capone. It's how they got Al Capone, was on the paper trail. It's how they get most people in things. It's because they leave a trail. You need that trail, right? So whatever this is, work based, whatever this money is, don't settle for the boss saying that you can have it, right? Get it in writing. There you go. Hope that helps. I hope that helps, my darling, but thank you very much for that. Right, let's have a look in the chat. You've been working hard. You were hoping for a raise in the next week or so, but your boss isn't making it clear that you're in the running. No contact with your little dad. So it is your boss. Right, in that case then, you need to get it down in writing. Not a raise, but a bonus. Right, okay. Yeah, you need to get it down in writing. You need to get it down in writing, and if you're not getting it, why not? That's your role in life, Dormouse. No, Dormouse, why? Dormouse, down again, you should spoil yourself. Why? What's happening? Right, okay. It looks like I've got some quick questions in. Okay, NRA. Right, let me have a look. Dormouse, should you buy yourself another mini car? So these are very quick universe answers questions, right? It looks like I've got a couple. I'll do a couple. Here we go. So Wispy, universe answers questions. Dormouse wants to know, should she buy herself another mini car? I guess if you like minis, that's a good thing. Let's have a look. I'm not going to cut the deck every time, Wispy. I'm just going to pull randomly from the deck. Okay, so here we go. We've got go for it. Go for it. Well, just go. Go. Do it. Yes. Absolutely. With an exclamation mark and everything. Go for it. Is Corey J your soulmate? I don't believe in soulmates. Is Corey J a person of Gemini 25? Is Corey J a positive connection for you right now? Let's put it that way. Wispy, is Corey J a positive connection for Gemini 25? Oh, it takes time to build that up, which means, in other words, the cards aren't sure. The connection's not there yet. But it will take time to build it up. So maybe, suck it and see. Maybe go with it, see how things develop. This is not, I don't believe in soulmates the way other people think of soulmates. I think it's a load of bullshit. But absolutely, in terms of getting to know one another, it takes time to build up that strong, deep level connection, right? Takes time. Honest to God, that is what I would say is get to know each other first and then go with it. Get to know each other first to see how compatible you are over time and go with it from there. Ed, should you go on a road trip to the East Coast? Not East Coast. Wispy, should Ed go on a road trip to the coast with Annie Pup? Should Ed go on a road trip to the coast with Annie Pup? Let's have a look. Nope. Should Ed go on a road trip somewhere else with Annie Pup? End it now. What? End a road trip? Wispy. Oh, hang on. I'm taking them off the top. Right, we'll go with nope. And then we'll go with, should Ed go on a... Oh, hang on. Right, we'll ask it a different way, Ed. Wispy, here we go. We'll ask this a different way for Ed. Right, so not on a road trip to the coast. Right, not on a road trip to the coast, but Wispy, should Ed go on, should Ed take Annie Pup on an adventure somewhere localish, because road trip sounds like it's a long way. Yeah, should Ed take Annie Pup on a adventure locally? That's what we want to know. Right, that's what we want to know, and we're going to go there. That's what we want to know. Unknown. Okay, should Ed take Annie Pup to a new park? Yes. Should Ed take Annie Pup to I don't know, to somewhere they haven't walked before? To a new, we've got a new park. Should we go up on some new hills, new countryside, as well as a new park? Oh, nighttime. Don't know about that. But go somewhere different at nighttime, as long as it's safe. Right then, what else did I have in? So there you go. With a chauffeur, you must live it large. I think you should be spoiled. I'm only doing very quick questions. Shika McGall, you keep asking the same blooming question. No, you and Annie Cat are not a good match. But we'll see what the cards have to say. Right, you've asked this question in different ways so many times, my darling, but I will pull it for you. We'll see what the universe answers cards have to say. Here we go, very quickly. Last one. Here we go. We're going with this card. What have we got here? Most likely, the cards say. So there you go. Will you be a good potential match? Likely. Wispy, does this mean that that Shika McGall should just go with it and declare undying love for Aniket? Of course. There you go then. That's the answer you need. Bearing in mind, these are just fun yes/no type answers. The universe answers deck. There you go. It's no more than a magic 8 ball, but it gives you a few ideas. So then, Ed, take Aniket to a new park and also walking somewhere, possibly in the evening time when it's cooler. That probably makes a lot of sense. And right, that's it then. I think that's it, everybody. Thank you very much. And I hope that helps. Got it. Thank you. Boss didn't say anything about your bonus this year. Maybe you should ask him. Oh, absolutely. Culture Envy. You need to ask him. You need to ask him. Otherwise, it'll be too late and you'll be down the other side and it'll all be forgotten. Anyway, there you go, everyone. Hopefully, we'll be back on Tuesday evening as long as my voice comes back, because it keeps disappearing on me and I don't like it. But yes, we'll be back on Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. UK time. I've now been sat in this chair for 3 hours. I am incredibly hot, incredibly sweaty, and now I'm going to go and film a baked apple recipe for the other channel. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Don't forget, I will be back on Tuesday evening. If you would like to help support the channel, you can do so by becoming one of our amazing channel members. You can do so from just $2.99 a month. That gets you access to our hangouts. There will be one this coming Friday evening, a Friday night natter where things are a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill. A couple of hours with the members. We chat about all sorts of stuff, and I'll do some readings. I might even bring out the pendulums on Friday and the stones that I throw sometimes, all of that. Oh, we're finished now, love. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes past 9.
Oh, the rain gods have come blessed us with water.
Has it rained?
It's starting to rain.
Oh, is that why your hair's wet? Oh.
I've been out in the rain, just making sure all my plants are happy.
Oh, that's good. That means you don't have to water them. Did you hear what Rufus said when he walked in? The rain gods have come and brought the rains.
Also, I sacrificed some of my underwear, my bigger underwear that are falling down, so they went in the burner bin and I doing the dance around the burner. Yeah.
Tell me my husband is not some sort of pagan Viking type thing. He was dancing around the burner, sacrificing his underpants to the rain gods, and then it rained. There you go. Maybe he's the witchy one. Maybe we should get Rufus in doing bloody tarot readings one week.
Well, I said there's a good feeling in burning clothes that you used to wear when you were bigger.
There is when
And
they're
you're putting
clothes.
in the burner and going, yeah, never going to see you
I don't know whether you
again.
can hear him,
Bye."
but he says there's a really good feeling about when you've downsized in clothes, right? And you then burn them. He's talking about underwear. Anything else? We've got bags to go to the charity shop. And I am noticing, I am beginning to look a little bit less fat in the face. I mean, I've still got the double chins under here, but I am noticing the changes starting to come in. So hopefully Slimming World this week will have a good result. But anyway, if you want to follow our journey on the diet plans and the healthy eating, have a look at Beyond Authentic Health. We go live on a Wednesday evening. If you want more tarot reading, I'll be back on Tuesday evening. I do have a Killstar video to come this week, and the podcast will be up this week as well, where me and Neil talk about what Pride Month means for witchy folk, and we talk about our experiences as two of the alphabet people. So yes, if that sounds interesting, hang on looking out for that. And I will see you all very, very soon. And as we always say on this channel, stay you, stay true, stay authentic. And I will see you on the next one. Much love to the members. Much love to everybody who subscribed. Thank you so, so much to everybody who donated today. And of course, to the amazing mod squad, I doff my cap to thee all. Is that what you say? I don't know. And thank you for everyone for bearing with me while my brain has not functioned properly tonight. Hopefully I'll be more prepped on Tuesday, and yeah, it'll go a bit smoother. But anyway, thank you everybody. You're all a bunch of amazing people. I love y'all, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!